Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Not so good with the weather.
Not so good with the weather. You're dying in this. I'm loving it.
I know.
We're coming to you not so live from not so sunny Columbus, Ohio, where it's like highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s all week long.
Okay, but today was actually bearable. Like, I was walking to class, it was 65, and I was sweating.
Which is shocking because I came back from class today freezing in pants and a t-shirt.
I don't know.
But I came back later, too. We're filming this later than usual. So I was coming back from, I have like a night class. That's
Yeah.
meant for like MBA students.
Okay.
Okay.
Subtle pop off, Nathan.
Subtle flex, but that just means I came back like after it had been dark.
Yeah, that's fair.
So the sunlight does change a lot.
It does change a lot.
But yeah, welcome. We're episode 2 here of the Leo Lens podcast. Sakshi, you came in, you had some stuff you wanted to talk about, so.
I did.
Yeah, what is it? Share with the world.
So, you may not know this, but I actually envision us going to the Met. And I envision us doing all these amazing things and being on like 72 questions or 73 questions with Sakshi and Nathan from
Like,
the Leo Lens podcast.
Was that the Vogue video?
The Vogue video,
yes,
yeah.
I'm so in.
And I just see us being famous.
Yes.
I think,
That's the end
obviously,
goal.
because we are our listeners' humble friends.
Yes.
And
we
we're
are
a community.
Friends. We're a community. Let me be clear. This is not parasocial. We are your friends. This is your safe space, your community.
Mm-hmm.
We will not pull a John Mulaney and develop a nice community and then years later bring out Dave Chappelle on stage and betray our community.
I love how you're looking at me expectantly and I have no idea what you're talking about.
True, you were even at the show.
Exactly. But, irrespective, I see us being famous.
Yes.
So I want to talk about fame today.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about fame.
Episode 2 and we're already talking about being famous. I love it.
Manifestation.
Manifestation.
It's a Manifestation Monday.
Manifestation Monday, and that's the Leo spirit.
It is the Leo spirit. We're always manifesting, always achieving, always on the go.
Always. I like to think all of my long-term goals have come true.
Oh, I love that.
Right?
I'm knocking on wood for you.
Thank you.
Because that means that, like, if us being famous is one of your long-term goals,
Yeah,
that will also come true.
Okay, so what about being famous?
I don't know. It's so weird because I feel ever since TikTok came, the whole point of being famous has just died according to me.
Okay.
I think earlier, or maybe this is the people I admire. I admire people who are famous for their craft,
Sure.
and who have some substance to that fame.
Okay, so like dedicated actors type of deal.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not only actors, I think Emma Chamberlain, if she ever listens to this episode
Please do.
or our podcast, I think she should know that I just
Queen.
absolutely love Emma Chamberlain. I referenced her last podcast. I'm referencing her this podcast. I love Emma.
She's not contacting
Emma.
us now.
I'm sorry, Emma. I love Emma Chamberlain.
No, she's great.
She's great. And listen, there are like a million podcasters out there, but I think Emma is so true to who she is. And I think her recognition and her fame are very well deserved.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah.
She's arguably the case study. She's like the one, we'll call it new media type of people, like YouTuber, TikTok people, who I think has actually done really well breaking, I'll call it like the fifth wall.
Yes.
And actually broken into traditional stardom.
Exactly. Like, she's famous and she recognizes it and she acknowledges it, but that doesn't affect who she is as a person.
No.
And I think that takes a whole new level of mastery that unfortunately not a lot of people have.
No, she fully strikes me as a person that, like, you can run into her, anywhere. At any time. Like, if I just pulled up to a gas station and she was there, would fully make sense.
Exactly.
Anywhere in the world. But two, it's like, she would probably be down. Be like, hey, Emma, we're going to Wendy's. You want to come? She'd be like, yeah.
I love fries.
Yeah. Like, she just seems, like, so spontaneous and fun and still... You're right, like, recognizes she's famous. She's like, she kills some Met, like, she is on top of her game, but at the same time does not act at all famous.
Exactly. And
yeah.
I think, for me, I've always been very conflicted about being famous myself. Like,
Sure.
I love attention.
Yes, we both
Let's
do.
just put it let's just put it out there. I love attention. And ideally, like, a lot of people have been like, oh, like, we can see you being famous.
Yeah.
And not because I love attention, but because I'm talkative. I, like, love being dramatic.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're both talkative and dramatic. We should start a podcast.
Let's go. At the rate, the Leo Lens podcast. I love how we can, like, loop in.
We just keep looping it in.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I would ideally love to be famous, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly, but it's like, I then think about all the negative parts of being famous. Like, you're walking out of places and people want to take photos of you. Or, like, you cannot, for some reason, the way fame just ends up being built is that once you're famous, you cannot be human. You cannot make mistakes.
There's a really good story I heard about this from, I believe it was Rachel Ziegler. Please, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name and you're listening.
We love you.
We love you. She's great. She was in West Side Story. She's coming up in Snow White.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she's really great. I've listened to her. Minor tangent. I remember because I was a theater kid in high school. We're both theater people.
We
shockingly,
love
I
theater.
know. And so I remember I found her back on YouTube my freshman year of high school when she was still doing like song covers in her bathroom.
Oh my god.
So it's just been so weird watching her also transition.
Right.
But she shared a story, I think it was her, I think it was from like a YouTube vlog she did, where it was the day before, like the night before, the West Side Story trailer dropped.
Uh-huh.
And that was really what made her go from zero to hero.
Right.
Like, it was, you're now famous, Vogue now wants to interview you and everything.
Yeah.
And she said something like, her lawyer or something said to her, where it's like, enjoy your last night. After tomorrow, you'll forever be a public figure.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how that happens.
It's crazy, and I feel it takes a whole different level of, like, I don't know, technique or, like, authenticity, something.
Technique, authenticity, and there's so much to juggle that, like, really, like, it's really easy to envision, oh yeah, you're a celebrity, you do events, and you do filming, and this, that, and the other, but, like, it really is a juggling publicity and paparazzi and all those other things where I feel like you'd be walking on eggs constantly.
That's true.
That being said, I happily welcome said eggs into my life.
Of course. We are here for all eggs. For all omelets, everything. Just please give us some eggs to walk on. That's all we want. Manifestation Monday.
Manifestation Monday. Signal boost this podcast. Have your friends listen to it. Share how much you love it. Or don't. Because frankly, if you're a hate listener, let me be clear. Engagement is engagement. Okay? If you all make a massive group to hate on us, that's okay.
At least you're listening to us.
That's
what matters to us.
You're listening to us and spreading it. So,
exactly.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
But, so I think, we're both in the boat where it would be fun to be famous, I think.
Yeah.
Grass may be greener. But I think part of that, too, is, like, I've thought about this. Not just traditional, like, Hollywood fame, but
right.
I want to go into politics one day.
Mm-hmm.
Not a historically safe profession.
Really?
Politicians get marked
joking.
off. Okay. I don't know. You didn't know who FDR was the other day, so I didn't know how much you knew. So it's like, I've thought about this before, and it's like, for me, I'm not that worried, actually.
Okay.
About paparazzi being annoying. Like, I think they'll be annoying, but I don't think they'll ever really get to me. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But I'm a guy.
Yeah.
I'm a tall guy.
Okay, Nathan. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for giving our listeners that detail.
Right, like, let me describe you. I'm so tall and muscular and hot. So, I'd be, I don't think I would feel scared to come out of my house at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be jump scared if someone jumped out, but be like, hey, Nathan, what do you think of this?
Of course.
But,
or would you?
But, I don't think I would be, actually, panicking.
Terrified,
versus
right.
someone like you,
Mm-hmm.
frankly, you probably should be.
Excuse me.
Especially being in America here. But it's just, I feel like it's such a different world between male celebrities and female celebrities. Not to discredit either side, obviously.
Yeah. But I also feel like a lot of this isn't gender as much as it's a consequence of your function. Like, I
Sure.
think any politician, be it female or male or
Yes.
whatever they choose to recognize
Yes.
or identify with,
Yeah.
since
All politicians.
everything is a spectrum.
Yes, everything's a spectrum. The
But-
unofficial motto.
Yes, but irrespective, I think with politicians, the way I think their fame is very scripted. Like, you wouldn't care if a politician is walking out of a Starbucks because that says nothing about what they stand for politically, which
Yeah.
is the only thing that matters because in our lives, they affect the political side of things.
Yeah.
But with a celebrity, it's just all entertainment. And that entertainment could be them dropping their muffin at Starbucks, or it could be them saying something completely inappropriate at an event.
That's
Like,
so true.
You know, like if suppose a talk show host says something, or like they do something stupid,
Yeah.
every time you see that talk show host, you're gonna think of it because they're
Yeah.
providing you entertainment officially as the host, yes, but they're also providing you entertainment through those pictures and videos
And
or whatever.
yeah, so I think I think you're right where it's like, if you're a celebrity, if you're in the entertainment celebrity,
Yeah.
entertainment does mean the new blockbuster film you're in. I'd be pretty entertained seeing you on the street too.
Yeah, yeah.
In that interaction. So I think that is a good
Yeah.
distinction.
Because, like, you admire your politicians or you admire people in more official capacities, but when you see them, it's more of a starstruck feeling for a much longer time.
Yeah.
Because you continue to look up to this person because they have, like, ideals, I feel. Like,
Ideals, and I feel like there's an inherent balance of power. Like, I think
Yeah.
a lot of, like, entertainment people, back to Emma Chamberlain, their brand is personable.
Exactly.
Their brand is building those parasocial relationships.
Exactly.
Which this podcast is not.
yeah.
We're gonna get... Yeah, anyways. Versus, like, politicians, it's inherently, no matter what level they're at, it's like, it quite literally is its own class above.
Yeah. And I think with respect to politics, you don't, like, your personal growth or evolution doesn't affect your political opinions or your views or, like, what you stand for.
Yeah, there's no real character
Yeah.
arc. You're just kind of... You hop on the scene, hey guys, I'm a new politician, here's what I propose to do.
Exactly.
And you go off of that.
Exactly. But I feel like with a celebrity or, like, a podcaster, like, take us, for example.
Yeah.
Like, we had the whole episode about senior year, but, like, for all you know, like, 12 months from now when we're, like, recording another episode, we
Yeah.
might look back at it very differently.
Oh, 100%.
Exactly, and that's our personal growth. But if this was like a fact checking or like a geopolitical podcast that
Yeah.
Nathan would have obviously loved very much,
Correct.
it would have stayed the same because that's more fact based than feelings based. So
Yeah.
I think largely it is like a consequence of your function. But I don't know. I feel like in today's
No,
day
I
and
fully
age,
get you.
yeah, I feel like in today's day and age though, like the lines are blurring a little
Everything
bit.
is blurred. Everything is blurred. More so since COVID.
Everything.
I saw... It was a video today I saw of one of the protests from
Yeah.
the 2020, Black Lives Matter, Floyd protests.
Yeah.
Okay, side note, we're pretty sure the lights just flashed, so hopefully this episode isn't haunted, but I saw it and I remember the day that was happening 2 years ago.
Right.
Like, time is blurred, distinctions are blurred, everything is blurred now.
It is blurred.
So, okay, so being famous, so put yourself in your shoes. You're somehow overnight celebrity.
Yeah.
Kanye retweets this podcast or something.
Okay.
Right? You're put cast in a blockbuster something.
Yeah.
What? And like you now have like a manager, an agent,
Ugh.
right? You have people working for you. But
That's a whole side of fame that I would like to discuss later on.
deal, we'll circle back to it.
Okay, perfect.
But so they come to you and they're like, "Hey, there's a lot of buzz about you, a lot of interest.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do everything.
Yeah.
What events, celeb lifestyle, as someone who's currently not a celeb,
Yeah.
keyword currently, like looking outside, looking in, what seems like most interesting to you where you're like, I've always wondered what this is actually like?" I think the one we had mentioned was the Met Gala before.
Yeah. So, like, are you asking me what I would like to manage and what I wouldn't?
But, like, what, like, you know, if you're like, hey, here's all the celebrity... You can go to any celebrity event, celebrity thing.
Yeah.
What would you prefer to do? Like, you want to go to a Met, you want to show up at Lollapalooza, you want to XYZ.
Definitely the Met.
Yeah.
Because I want to be dressed up.
For sure.
And see everybody's outfits and costumes and...
And you and I would actually be good for the Met. We would go...
We would be.
Fully lean in. Like I said, we're theater people. So we would fully show up on theme. Minor disrespect intended. Too many of these guys are showing up to the Met, and it's just a black tuxedo.
Yeah.
Very
not
nice
the
tuxedo. The designers are great. Beautiful tuxedo. I want to be showing up like Zendaya to the Met.
Oh my god,
like,
yes.
You all go... I've seen you all at these fashion shows.
Uh-huh.
I've seen New York Fashion Week.
Oh my god. I want to go to New York Fashion Week.
New York Fashion Week would be fun.
That would be fun.
But, like, I've seen you all, like, go to runway shows.
Yeah.
You're experimental then. Be experimental at the Met.
Exactly. And I feel more people tap into the Met than they do into, like, the New York Fashion Week.
Yeah, so much more. New York Fashion Week... It's a little more than just the people who do go. Because there are some, like, people who are on fashion TikTok and whatnot see it. But, like, Met Gala is, like, the one event every year. I feel like everyone, at least in our generations, like, check the news.
Yeah.
Read the BuzzFeed article. Top 20 outfits.
Snap stories.
Yeah, top 20 outfits from the Met Gala.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I want to be, like, I would go as Zendaya. Like, Zendaya, like, levels.
Yeah. I would want to do what Emma Chamberlain did. I would love to, like, actually talk to people at the Met. And,
yes. Like, the host.
The host. Like, that would be amazing.
Love you. Bye. Okay.
Bye.
That was so good.
Iconic.
Did you see Jack Harlow when he came to campus a few weeks ago?
I did not. Okay, I am not going to wake up at 7 a.m. to get ready for something. And, okay, I think where things went wrong is that they put his performance bang in the middle of things.
Yes.
So it's like for people who don't care as much about football commentary, so early in the morning especially.
You didn't want to wait there for 3 hours to see him.
Like what?
Yeah.
And then he's gonna perform like a set of songs and then
I think it was like one song.
One song and then have to like take another 2 hours to leave considering everybody would want to leave at the same time.
Yeah.
Why would I put so much effort and sort of start my day off to that when I can just as well be in bed and enjoy beauty sleep? Like why? Why would I do that?
It was a whole mess, but it was cool to have him there. That was a star-studded day.
It was. It was cool being able to like flex to like my friends
Yeah.
who don't go to OSU and be like, Jack Harlow was at OSU. Bye.
Yeah. So, Met Gala would be good. New York Fashion Week. I'm trying to think, like, what other...
I love how we just switch topics.
We just keep switching back and
Dear
forth.
listeners, I hope you're able to keep up with Nathan and my conversations as a friend, you know. Tune in as a friend.
Tune in as a friend. This is literally just two friends
Talking.
bouncing ideas, and you're here. You are the third friend. Third friend. You're the third friend just sitting next to us.
Exactly. But New York Fashion Week would be nice.
New York Fashion... I'm trying to think, like...
Oh my god. Cannes Film Festival.
Yes.
Yes. I think I would actually want to be extremely fully present at film festivals. I love... We're theater kids.
Is it Cannes or Cannes?
It's Cannes.
Okay.
It's Cannes. I mean, I have heard celebrities say Cannes, so I'm saying Cannes. I may be completely wrong, but you get the idea. You get the gist.
You get the idea. And then, like, was it Sundance is another big one?
Yes.
Those would be cool.
Yeah, but I think Sundance is like more... It's very much theater focused, and I feel like Cannes is like a good mix of celebrity, entertainment, but also like the substance to
Yeah, there's substance, and I feel like you would get a lot of cool... I just love, like, the art of theater and movies.
Oh my god, same.
Like, I love the MCU, don't get me wrong. I love Marvel. But I really do love when there's still art to it. Like, don't forget, there's art in VFX and all of that, but, like, like
art that you could personify if you decided to do it.
Yeah,
like you could be that character.
Like, I love... Campus here at Ohio State has the Gateway Film Center.
Yes.
And it's an independent film center, and they do, you know, your big releases. I saw Shang-Chi there. But then they also have, the short films, indie films, the more artistic type of work. And I
Right.
really love all that. So
Yeah.
it'd be cool to be able to, go to these film festivals and screen those.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
So it would be cool, obviously, the other things where it's, just normal life.
Mm-hmm.
You go see Hamilton, but, you get, you get out of your Escalade
Yeah.
and going. But, I'm trying to think what other events would be, cool that you otherwise wouldn't really have access to.
I don't know.
I feel like that's part of the crazy part about the celebrity world is as connected as the general population thinks we are to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Emma Chamberlain. Yeah, I know pre everything that got him canceled, David Dobrik's life.
Yeah.
Even streamers now, I'll actually circle back to an example, but, you feel like you know them so well, but, you really don't know, there's a whole other world you don't know about.
That is true.
One example of this is Hassan Piker.
Mm-hmm.
Are you from the Twitch streamer? Do you know him?
No, I don't.
Okay, he's, a really handsome, really, really, really handsome Twitch streamer.
Okay.
He does, politics, gaming, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And he's, really big. And on one hand, I'm always this dude is rich.
Right.
And he is good looking, rich, very popular.
Yeah.
He's ratioing politicians every day.
Mm-hmm.
His tweets get tens of thousands of likes.
Okay.
Trends every day. Massive dude. And you're you should be able to break in and be more like Emma Chamberlain.
Right.
You should be on the cover of GQ and this, that, the
That's
other.
true.
And it's you think he doesn't, but then he casually mentioned a few weeks ago that he was at a party after streaming because he streams
Right.
8 hours a day.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
From 11 a.m. Pacific to 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
He's yeah, and then afterwards I went out to a Hollywood party because he's in LA.
Oh my.
And he's and was talking with Simu Liu.
Yeah.
So it's they actually do all know each other.
They do.
Yeah. Because also it's how many Hollywood celebrities are there?
Oh, so many.
Well, A and B tier celebrities.
There's also C tier celebrities.
There's C and D and E and F.
And I feel today with I think because of Netflix and all these streaming platforms, with British actors or other
Yeah.
actors from other countries.
the sphere has really expanded.
The sphere has expanded, so you don't know who's being friends based on are they being friends based on the country? Are they being friends based
Yes.
on content they made together? What's
Well,
happening?
And everyone knows the weird phenomenon where you're on Twitter and you'll see two celebrities hanging out and it's
What?
you two are friends.
Exactly.
It's hilarious and it's
Yeah.
adorable, but it's how do you you two must have just met at a party, but then it's oh yeah, these two are best friends and hang out. It's what? Right?
Yeah.
But also it's what is a celebrity? That's our real Joe Rogan moment of the day, just puffing a big cigar what is a celebrity, man?
Fire alarm goes off. Beep, beep, beep. No, I'm kidding.
But
What is a celebrity?
according to Regan, it was making 5 podcast episodes.
So we'll be celebrities.
So we'll be
soon.
celebrities in 3 more episodes.
Instagram better send us a blue tick. Better send us a link next
Seriously,
week.
please, if you are, side note, quick aside, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, give us 5 stars on all of those, wherever you get your podcasts from. Follow us, signal boost us. Your help means we get to go to the Met Gala.
And give you unbiased.
Yeah, and we'll give you
sneaks.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We will do our best to record up until they kick us out of being at the Met.
No, they can't kick us out because we're famous. They'll just throw our devices
There you go.
out.
So if we're big enough, we're literally just going to live stream the Met from inside
Yeah.
and they won't do anything.
Exactly.
But do that. If you are a company, sponsor us. We would love to use this airtime that I'm using now to promote you instead of ourselves. We're nice like that. And then also, I had another thing. What was it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That
Anyway.
sounded... That actually... I don't know either. It sounded
I
like
don't
you
know
had
either.
maybe smoked a cigarette. Maybe you did have that moment. No,
Maybe.
but... That's what I'm saying. Who is a celebrity? Because I think... okay, like go back 40 years or 30
Yeah,
years,
it's
right?
really easy to tell who's a celebrity.
Yeah, like I think in the olden days, like if you were being photographed, if you were coming in the magazines,
Yeah.
rolling out,
You-
films, you're a celebrity.
Yeah, your options were basically film, maybe if you're a big TV person, radio,
Yeah,
newspaper people probably were a little famous back then, and
Exactly.
like politicians.
yeah.
But now it's like, how many followers do you have to be a celebrity?
Yeah, because
How
they're
many-
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we just had like a joint
Okay, yeah.
recognition moment.
So like, we keep like both being like,
Oh, we
and
just
wanting
keep-
to talk, but then just keep doing it. But like, I've seen this before where like, I'll be following someone,
Yeah.
and like I see them on YouTube or something, and I like their video.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to connect with them. I follow them on Instagram or whatever. I don't look at their numbers, and they post like a celebrity, and their videos are really well made, and it's great time. And then you actually like months later,
Yeah.
go look. It's like they're getting like 50 likes on their post,
Yeah.
and they only have a few thousand followers. It's like if you ask like. You could have someone with 20... I see this all the time on Instagram. There'll be, like, someone with, like, 20 million followers.
Uh-huh.
I have no clue who they are.
Like meme accounts.
Not even meme accounts, like, celebrities, quote-unquote.
Yeah. Yeah.
With millions of followers. I'm like, I have never heard of this person.
Yeah.
Versus this person with only a few thousand, less than 10,000. Hell, I myself have almost 10,000 followers. On
Subtle
Instagram.
flex number.
Subtle flex.
Or 3, number 4.
3, follow me too. But it's like, I'm certainly not a celebrity.
Yeah.
But if I saw someone with the same number of following and I really engaged with their content,
You would think they were a
I
celebrity.
would think, if Harry Styles was on campus and they were on campus, I'd run to them
Yeah.
and want to go say hi. Like,
Yeah.
it's such, like, celebrity is such
It's
a
such a-
mental construct
And it's so
nowadays.
relative. It's so relative
Yeah.
based on your interests. It's so relative based on where you are in your life. Like
Yeah.
if you are trying to be a celebrity,
When there's so many niches.
there's so many niches.
Like, it's
exactly.
not just filmmaking. It's like, you can be a massive Minecraft YouTuber.
Yeah.
I will have never Dream.
Yeah.
Dream is the best example. I don't care. I am not a Dream I'm not a Minecraft person.
Mm-hmm.
I love the game. I played it when I was in middle school. I loved it, but like, people, if Dream came to Columbus, it would probably be a whole affair
Yeah.
for so many people.
Yeah.
I am wholly removed.
Yeah.
Versus like old time celebrities like Elvis, the Beatles, Michael
Oh
Jackson
my
showed
God.
up.
Yeah.
Chaos would reign.
Chaos.
I will say, do you remember last year? A few of the guys from Big Brother, The Bachelor,
Yes.
one of those shows
Oh
came
my
on
God.
campus.
I saw one of them at the RPAC and my friend took a photo with them.
Yeah, they came on campus and it was not chaos,
But it was chaos.
but it was chaos.
It
And
was chaos.
And they weren't actually that big. I think they have a few tens of thousands of
Yeah.
followers on Instagram. They were on the show, but like, it's like, there's such levels in between too.
Yeah.
Like, there's like me, who at best is a micro-influencer.
Love how
like-
you've already accepted that you're a micro-influencer
Right? Like, I'm
at
just
best.
automatically upgrading myself. Hey, I've made money off of this. So
Good
it
for
counts.
you.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll make money off
Yeah,
this.
hoping to be
Sponsor
in this
us.
bucket.
Sponsor us. Socrates look at me like, wait, you guys are getting paid? But it's like, and then there's them, right? And then there's like, you get someone from Bridgerton that would show up, and then like Harry Styles,
Oh my God.
but like,
They're all still celebrities to us.
they're all still celebrities, but then it's like Harry Styles would come and be such a bigger thing, but then like, I'm trying to think who would be bigger, like Beyonce or like the
I love how you went from Harry Styles to Beyonce.
or like the ghost of Michael Jackson shows up. It's like there's such, or like the Kardashians.
Ew. No. I don't think anybody would like go that crazy if the Kardashians came to Columbus.
They're actually so
Kardashians with a C.
two relevant things. There was a Kardashian Jenner here last year.
No way.
There is like not like one of the main ones, but like one of the brothers or cousins or something.
Okay.
Where they're independently doing okay for themselves.
What? Yeah.
Like, it's one of those ones where you go, oh yeah, I guess their last name I think it was like Jenner. They were one of
Okay.
the Jenners. and they were just at Block,
No fucking way.
right? It's like, who are you? I don't know. Cool. Glad
Right.
you're here. But also, like, Biden has been to town twice
He has.
as president, including one time he was at the Wexner Medical Center,
Yeah.
the hospital here on campus, and he was there. I went to go see him there,
Mhm.
which was super cool. And, like, I saw him, and, like, Wexner obviously was, like, there's Secret Service everywhere, 50
course.
state trooper motorcycles, all of that, you know.
Yeah.
And then it was, like, a normal Tuesday,
Yeah.
walking back to my apartment.
Oh, I remember you texting me about
and, like,
that.
it's like everyone's just hanging out on the Oval,
Yeah.
and no one cares.
No one cares.
It's
yeah.
like, and no one even knows. So it's like, I don't know. It's all just so blurry.
It's so blurry.
Everything's a spectrum.
It is a spectrum, but I think the bad part about, like, I think something that's really, like, sort of negatively coming out of this whole micro celebrity to macro celebrity culture is that sooner or later this industry will be so saturated that no one will be a celebrity.
It's
It's an Emma Chamberlain, our queen,
yes.
spoke about this in one of her episodes, and it's like a major shift is coming. I think that was one of her episodes.
Yeah.
And she was like, literally everybody is gaining followers on Instagram if you're putting an effort to gain those
Yeah.
followers.
It's a bubble.
And I think that bubble's gonna burst, and I'm actually happy about it. I am low-key getting sick of people having like 15,000 followers, and all they do is like post aesthetic pictures of like a water bottle, a diary, and their Starbucks coffee
Yes.
placed very strategically next to each other, and then they have like 6,000 likes on it, and they're like, fall. It's like a white heart. Like, no, stop.
Yeah.
Please, stop.
I
Like,
respect the grind, and obviously, like, I mean, aren't we doing that too?
But-
but
they're not... They...
I think part of your, you don't think they're giving you value though.
They're not giving me value, and I think what bothers me even more is that they're not being authentic.
Yes.
You know, like, I don't have a problem with micro celebrities if you're being original. Like, there's so many TikTokers I absolutely love,
Yes.
and they all have very original content. And someone may be like, oh my god, like, they're just on TikTok, like, that doesn't mean they're a celebrity. Well, they do have like 10 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And you may not even know about them, but to me, their content is funny. And it is funny to like 999 other people, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like they are a celebrity in their own right, but it doesn't bother me because they're posting stuff out there that's original.
Yeah.
What bothers me is when people get into this whole cycle of like, oh, I want to be Instagram famous, I want to have my own online business, and I want to start putting out the same shit that every other person puts out.
Yeah.
You literally go to Pinterest and look up Instagram layouts, and you like look up Instagram post ideas. It's the
Yeah.
same stuff, and everybody's following it
Yeah.
to the point that it has lost its value.
And that's why I think like this podcast is helpful. Plus, like, to be honest, if we do want to ever be famous, we probably have to like actually do a film or something regardless.
What do you mean?
Like, if we were to ever be invited to the Met, we'll probably have to do a film or something first. So, if
I
you're
don't think so. Did Emma Chamberlain do a film? No, she didn't.
well,
no.
still, if you're a filmmaker in the
But
greater
see,
Ohio area,
she's original.
she's original. But like, I think that's kind of like what this podcast is doing. Where like, if you provide value, that's
Yeah.
a good thing. Like, because ultimately, I think the way I describe it well is that there's so many quote unquote content creators
Yeah,
who just create content for the sake of the numbers.
that's true.
Where social media has ruined our culture, ruined
That's
our
so
society,
true.
there's brain rot, and
Mhm.
everything's just the numbers.
That's
We're all
true.
just mindless zombies chasing those numbers.
Oh,
And at the end of the day, it's not creating any. The content doesn't come from their heart.
it doesn't.
Content doesn't come. I'm gonna drag this girlies, respect the grind, but surfing TikTok for a few hours a day to come up with like a dance choreography that you can
Oh.
also do,
Yeah,
and then you just do that back to the camera.
it's so cringy.
Like,
I can.
I don't know. Like, I want my like celebrities should have the community, should have a culture. You should have Tumblr memes about what you do
That's true.
versus like all of that where
That's true. And I think a big differentiator is, are you creating value to validate yourself, or are you creating value to put something out there
Yeah.
for your audience?
For sure.
You know, like, I think, like, there's a bunch of Instagram accounts, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
we can't obviously dislike every account out there because some people do it very genuinely. Like, some people
Yeah.
will, like, post pictures that make you happy. But some
Yeah,
people...
and if something makes you happy, it makes you
yeah,
happy.
but like some people, like I think there's a very clear difference between these influencers who post pictures of themselves and their lives and all of the shit that's going on in it to be like, oh, this is my life, hair flip. And then there's like another class of influencers who sort of post things in a more informational way. Like they want to give you a glance into what they're doing so that you can
Yeah.
very much replicate it.
Yes.
Like, you know...
Or like you live vicariously through
yeah,
them. Yeah.
like travel influencers. I don't hate their accounts because they're traveling to all these places, but it makes me appreciate that they are putting in the effort to make that content and possibly expose me to a place that I may never travel
or like,
to.
I really like influencer, celebrity. Really, what is the difference between the two nowadays? It's
None.
You especially with like influencers are getting major brand deals.
Yeah.
It's not just like influencers do local stuff. Like
Oh.
there really is no distinction.
Speaking of that, I hate that. I absolutely hate, like, all these influencers will spew this bullshit non-stop about being sustainable, and then they will proceed to like advertise 6 subscription boxes in a week.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you being sustainable? You're just lying to me.
Yeah, but like there's a difference between like those and then like people who are like you're a DJ.
Yeah.
And that is your life. I think that's really what differentiates a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, a celebrity versus an influencer.
That's true.
An
That's so
influencer
true.
just creates the content for the sake of content, and they're, what do you do? Oh, I
Yeah.
make content.
Yeah.
Versus a celebrity, you're a DJ, you're an actor, there's a specific event or like thing that draws you in.
Right.
For Emma Chamberlain, it can
Yeah.
be podcast and
Uh-huh.
vlogs. Simu Liu, I'm just gonna keep coming back to him. Actor.
Yeah.
But then they have active, social medias, and that's just kind of to give you that further, deeper connection.
Right.
Not your only connection.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
we need to remember this is like a guiding rail for our own. I
Yeah.
think it would be good.
Yeah, and I don't think it's how you approach it as much as why you approach it in the first place. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's a question, and I think this is one of like my greatest lessons from theater, and I'm sure it is for you too. It's, are you just surviving the moment, or are you like, are you living it? And I
Yeah.
think the big difference, so, I mean, obviously this doesn't literally apply to influencers versus celebrities, but I think influencers are just surviving shit. Like, they're just going through it, they're just posting stuff because they have to.
Well, and on that, I said it was a bubble earlier.
It better be a bubble, I
What
swear to God.
What do you do after 10 years? After 20 years?
That's so
You're
true.
no longer young.
That's
You're
so
no longer
true.
fit. The current trend of influencer dies down. I always wonder watching, like,
That's so true.
what do you do afterwards?
And
At-
no one's explored this
It-
because the influencer trend is
It's
so
so
new.
young,
It's
yeah.
so young.
But it's so hard, like, at least, like, I feel like YouTubers and, like, maybe podcasters and Twitch streamers, they've created that, I don't want to say deeper level of content, but, like, they're around.
They're around.
Like, if
And-
you're Hassan and Twitch dies,
Yeah,
frankly, he can go be a CNBC contributor.
that's true.
And,
Their
like,
interests are such that like people will always want to play a certain
Yeah.
game. People will always want to see how it's done.
yes, there's an actual connection there.
Yeah.
Versus, I feel like a lot of influencers, it's like, you're no longer pretty. Dump.
Yeah, that's
It's like-
true.
Now, like, a lot of them don't have degrees.
That's so
It's like,
true.
remember, you have life experience.
Yeah,
And it's a question of, can you leverage that
yeah,
to do something now?
yeah.
And it'll be very interesting to see how that goes over the next 10, 20 years.
And like a very big part of me also questions, I feel like once you're an influencer, like for a lot of people, when they're an influencer, that's not their main job. Like that's not their primary source of income.
Yeah.
They have like a proper daytime job. I wonder when they work with people or whatever, how do they sort of balance this role of being someone who like has this need to show what their life is, but then on the other end there are people who have to deal with them in real time and they're like seeing who they are. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's much easier for like actual celebrities and actual influencers who do this full time to have that because that's their persona everywhere.
Yeah, it's like for full on celebrities, it's much more theater like. It's much more
Yeah.
this curtain opens, you put on your performance.
Exactly.
You take your bow, the
Yeah.
curtain closes, and what the private dealings you have to do to have the show running can happen behind that curtain.
Yeah.
Versus content creators we're brain dead trying to chase these numbers.
Yeah.
Are just they don't ever bring that curtain down.
That's true. That's true. And then there's like in the lives of content creators, there's the audience who's seeing a very different side to their performance, but then
Yeah.
there's all these backstage people who actually have to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, how are you going to go forth and sort of balance these roles? Like, how are you going to be taken seriously, or how are you going to be seen? Forget being seen seriously or not.
Yeah.
Just, are you going to be seen as the influencer, or are you going to be seen as who you are?
Yeah.
And that I actually unfollowed. I don't follow any influencers on my Instagram. I
That's
absolutely
smart.
hate it. I'm here for the meme accounts and for my friends, but I hate
I said,
influencers.
follow me. I'm a cool influencer, so you should follow me.
I do follow you, but you're also a friend. So
Yeah.
like, if you grow old and you don't look fit anymore and you're dumb, I'll still follow you because you're my friend.
We're not getting to the mat. That's right.
No, we are. Don't worry. We're
Okay.
being honest, and
Yeah.
honesty is what counts.
I think that's very much the brand we're trying to build here on this podcast.
I
Just
love
what-
how many different parallel brands you're trying to build on this podcast.
Well, it really is just like the one parallel brand that just brings it all together of just two friends bringing in a third friend. And just
Yeah.
hanging out, chatting.
Yeah.
I think I've described it. I don't remember if it was on the first podcast episode or privately or what, where it was. I like to imagine us recording as like a warm summer night on the back
Aw, I
patio
love
in like
that.
3 a.m, and we're just talking about whatever.
Whatever. And it's a summer night because we hate fall and we hate winter and we hate everything else except
We
summer.
being you.
Yes. But I'm a Leo and I'm the center of attention of my opinion. So if I hate it, we hate it. I'm kidding,
Sure.
guys. That's a joke. Take it lightly. But irrespective, I don't follow influencers on my Instagram. And frankly, I think, with every passing year, I might just stop using Instagram altogether. Like, I think for me, I need entertainment and I need to see like movement. I need to see a
Yeah.
storyline, and TikTok does that for me.
Well, it's not just TikTok. Like, I feel like the bubble of social media is already starting to pop.
I hope
like,
so. I should hope
Instagram
so.
is actively getting worse every update.
But they are getting worse. Their users complain about it, but they still continue to use it.
Yes, but like I feel like that's only going to keep the powder keg continues to fill, and eventually it'll just be a mass exodus.
I hope.
But like, Twitter hasn't got any better in years. It's still awful.
It's still awful, but that awfulness is what I respect about it. That
Fair.
you either like the awfulness, you hate the awfulness, you're either on it or you're not.
Well, and like, but also like they're so full of bots and everything. But like, in Snapchat's dead. Like, I feel like all of our current social media apps.
Snapchat is kind of corny the older you grow, no?
No, I said it's been dead for years.
Yeah.
And like, YouTube is actively like throwing in more ads and everything.
And a lot of content creators are quitting YouTube because of
YouTube.
how draining it is.
Twitch made an announcement this week that they're like changing next year
Yeah.
their like payment policy for creators.
Yeah.
And a few creators I know said like, if you do this,
Yeah.
we are leaving.
That's true, yeah. I heard about that.
A not insignificant number of these people are people who are like, frankly, I'll be honest. Sometimes I've been like, I'm just gonna retire. I'm gonna quit
From what?
from everything. They're like, I'm just gonna retire.
Okay.
So it's like, Twitch, like, I feel like all these platforms in their search, it's not just users that are just, they have shutters on their eyes and only looking at numbers.
Yeah.
It's the companies in their corporate capitalist profit greed are just only looking at numbers. Oh, we have
Ooh.
3 ads? Let's make it 10. And we'll make that much more money.
Oh.
I feel like it's all just ruining the entire experience.
Yeah.
I think that has to pop at some point.
And I'm glad because once that experience is ruined, people will go back to valuing in-person interactions and they'll stop giving so much of a
like,
shit.
In-person interaction, like, don't worry, I think, again, it circles back, full circle moment to 5 minutes ago. There's a difference between content for the sake of content and content for value.
For
like,
community.
Twitch streams, in the community and the entertainment they give you value.
Mm-hmm.
Podcasts like this, whether you're listening while you're doing chores, your homework, you're in the car to work.
Yeah.
This is giving you, I hope,
this
is giving you value. Versus,
or like even if it's not adding positively, it's not taking away from you.
Yeah, versus...
Like I'm not listening to a podcast and being like, oh my god, I'm missing out.
Yeah, versus Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
Are purposely making you mad.
Yeah, like they make you feel like you're lacking.
Yeah.
Which is not what we want. Like either have a positive experience or have no experience.
Yeah.
But don't have a negative experience because that's just shit.
I saw a tweet the other day, or I'm hypocritical for being on the app, that it was talking with a 17-year-old boy.
Okay.
And it was, why don't you date?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said, I don't have enough money to treat her. So
the
therefore I
heck?
don't deserve to date.
That's sad.
And it's like, social media is like, if you're not able to buy her, all this, that, the other.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, if you're established careers, that can be something to expect.
Yeah.
He's 17.
That's so sad.
Like, he thinks he's an adult at the age. He's really not. Like...
You're not an adult when you're 40 either. So, like, you're never an adult, kiddo.
Yeah, no, you're 17. Go to the $5 movie night and just enjoy that.
Yeah.
I feel like, all of that culture's just been messed up.
It's been messed up. And I'm glad that people are seeing it for what it is.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people are realizing that because the sooner this bubble pops, the better it is for all of our mental health.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think once social media, you know how Facebook sort of died and now people are in there are you on Facebook and someone says yeah, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, at least among our generation.
I think that's how most of social media is gonna be in the next coming years.
Yeah.
And this is how I see it, right? If you are someone who's looking into making content or someone who looks at content and feels a certain way, I always think do things and make memories that you can see yourself talking about your grandchildren when you're 80.
Yeah.
And not stuff that's just gonna bring you a certain number of likes on Instagram. Because Instagram gets hacked. Instagram dies. Your memory doesn't. Those experiences don't.
Or, speaking from my own experience, Instagram accidentally deleted my profile a few weeks ago. Probably a couple months ago now. But it's if you do it just for that...
Don't do it.
It's all a false illusion. The
you,
rug can come out anytime.
Because it's you hate the finance bros because they're all about the numbers. But bestie, so are you. So are you by engaging with social media. Not Nathan
that's quote
laughing
of the week
right now.
there.
It is true. If you hate the finance bros for the numbers, you are doing social media for the numbers. So stop doing it. Be artsy, be you, and do what you want. And listen to amazing things and look at amazing things that make you happy. Like...
The Leo Lens Podcast. Right here.
I am Sakshi.
I'm Nathan. Thank you all so much for listening, coming back for episode 2.
And we will see you next week. Bye.